Continuing the theme of looking at ways to supercharge your property income, both things you can do while we're in lockdown to tighten up what's going on with your current portfolio, but also some things you could be thinking about so that you can jump on opportunities as the UK comes out of lockdown as well. Let's look at 3 tips that you can do which will increase your property portfolio performance. Number 1 to begin with, take your wins. This week we had figures released about rental increases in the UK. Now, what it showed is that even for existing tenancies, there is some rental growth year on year for the UK, about 1.4% annually when you look at all tenancies bundled together. That's existing tenancies and new tenancies. However, the other thing we see from the figure is that rental growth is much higher at new tenancies. So if you're in a situation where you have anything that's vacant, anything that you're marketing for new tenants, make sure that you're looking at what the best price is that you can achieve in the marketplace, because your best moment to take a rental increase, to take your wins, is that point in between tenancies. When you've got a new incoming tenant, you can use that as a moment to reset at a higher level, which gives you that higher level of income month in, month out for the months of those tenancies as well. And we know that generally tenants in the UK are going to stay on average for about 2 years. So by taking that rental increase at the change of any tenancies, you're pretty much on average going to have that increased rent for the next 2 years worth of that tenancy. So make sure you're looking at that with anything in your existing portfolio right now. Now, another thing to look at, which is only been live for about a week or so now, is the business bounce back loans. Now, business bounce back loans are much easier to qualify for, to make an application for, and to get funded than the original lending scheme that the government announced, the coronavirus business interruption loans. The way these work, they're loans of up to 50,000. The maximum you can borrow is 25% of your January to December 2019 turnover. They are based on turnover, which is your gross income received into your business overall. And these are really useful for people involved in property, some of the service related businesses like serviced accommodation, rent to rent, lettings business, sourcing business. All of these type of businesses can access the business bounce back loan scheme. The reason why you look at doing this right now is there are going to be opportunities in the marketplace. There will be some people who are in a difficult position because of coronavirus, because of the lockdown measures, and it may be more important for them to offload a property or get a deal done on a guaranteed rent solution or on a lease option solution very quickly, rather than holding out for best price as the lockdown restrictions are eased. So make sure you're in a position where you have some liquidity in the business. These business bounce back loans are available. They're very simple to make the application for, so jump on that right now and make sure you're building up that liquidity to be able to jump on the opportunities as they hit in the marketplace. Now, something else for you to consider, and this is really about whether you need to scale up. Think about your model, think about what you're targeting, and maybe you need to learn something that will give you some more options, some more ways of extracting even greater value out of property deals in the UK. And you can do that by scaling up to a freehold leasehold split model. Now, ultimately, this is a very advanced strategy. This is normally something that people a couple of years in will look at. You can run this when you're doing a conversion project or a development project. It can be a way of breaking it apart at the end, selling the units off individually to extract maximum value, but also build some value into the freehold, the back end, for the long term as well. Or this can be a strategy on its own that can make you money, sometimes without even requiring a refurb at all. It's really worth looking at this. It works in England and Wales, and it works on making sure that you've got the correct legal title for the property. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, this is something that we can teach you about and train you about, please just get in touch with us. It's something we can coach you on. There's details in the post attached to this video.